Hello, friends. Those back pages here. It's a little windy. I hope you're well and safe. It is now Friday, April 17th, 2020. I want to talk about a few things. First off, I want to see how you're doing. It's very windy, as I said. So I'm standing on a softball field in an abandoned, empty schoolyard because of the pandemic. Everyone is practicing social distancing, and today in New York State, the governor passed I don't know if passed a law or enforced a law or whatever the terminology is, that if you were going to a store, Target, supermarket, public transportation, anything like that, you must wear a face mask. Either an actual face mask or a scarf, bandana, handkerchief, something covering your face. You know, we're trying our best as a nation to get through this pandemic, and it's currently, as you can probably hear, it's very windy. It's currently 45 degrees, so I do have my winter attire on, and just strange. So let's talk about the pump. What is the pump? That's the terminology that a lot of folks are throwing around in regards to price manipulation, or I guess any kind of manipulation, really. Seeing a lot of people saying that, oh man, I can't believe the price of, such and such Jordan. Excuse me. Oh, and that's another thing to keep in mind. It's allergy season. At least here in the Northeast. I know it's freaking cold, but it is allergy season. So you see someone coughing, sneezing, doesn't mean they have corona. Don't kill them. Stay away from them. But it is allergy season, and I have a lot of friends that suffer from bad allergies, and I suffer from allergies as well. Millions of people do. So yes, manipulation, whether it be Jordan base cards, wax boxes, wax prices, case prices, slabs. I like to think that those of you out there that are watching, for the most part, are fairly intelligent collectors. Most of you have been doing this for a long time. And if you're back to it after a long time off, welcome back. I appreciate you spending your time watching my stuff. But again, price manipulation. Does it happen? Of course it happens. We've coined the phrase for it, the buyers group, hashtag buyers group. Does it exist? Sure it does, to an extent. But only they can do so much, in my opinion. I mean, let's for example, at 90 Skybox Jordan base card in a 10, is that worth $200? Not to me, but to someone it might be. And who are we as collectors to say that, how dare somebody spend that kind of money on a card that there's millions made, not millions, but you know what I'm saying. That's not up to us. That's not up to us as humans, as collectors. And I think it's important, as fellow collectors, that we support each other. And if somebody wants to spend $200 on a base card that raw is worth $5, so be it. More power to them. Good for them. They have the means. It makes them happy. Tomorrow is not promised. I could leave here today and be the victim of a drive-by shooting. You never know. anything, this cage could fall down and crush my skull. It is what it is. You have to enjoy yourself, and I'm guilty of it. Everyone's guilty of it, but let's try to enjoy our collections, and rather than continuously, and again, very easy for Eric to say, but very difficult to put into practice, is let's try to build each other up, educate. Maybe, if someone says, oh, should I buy this Jordan PSA 10 90 hoops? It's $200. Well, me personally, I'd say, well, go for the 9. How much is it? First I'd say, how much is a 9? And then they'll say, oh, I'm making these numbers up. They'd say, oh, $20. And then I would say to them, well, Jordan 9 is $20, and the 10 is $200. Let's stop for a second as rational people and think about that. The 90% up mark for that. That's a little crazy. Hold on a second. Well, how's that for frightening? I don't know if you guys can hear me. Well, that's what a generic face mask looks like. I wouldn't describe it as comfortable, but it does look kind of ominous with my glasses being dark because of the sun. Transition, thank you. I couldn't think of the word. Transition. But isn't that frightening? Yeah, I don't. It is a little difficult to talk with this thing on. So let's go ahead and remove it there. They should be giving these out for free. If they're requiring them to be worn in public, they should be given out for free. But, so yeah. Where was I? Oh, the pump. Yeah, just educate each other. I guess, I've gone over that topic so many times. The PSA 10 versus the non-PSA 10. And that applies to all the grading card companies, obviously. It is a little pain in the ass to find some place to put my phone down instead of holding it out in the wind like this. Let me try something. Hold on. There we go. Let's use human nature there. Let's use a tree. Speaking of trees, it'd be nice if spring shows up anytime soon. The leaves are only just now starting to bud. Here in the middle of April, it's a little weird. Back to where I was. Yeah, so share your knowledge and all that stuff. It's important. In these times where money can be tight and being inside all the time could lead to frivolous spending, maybe making not so wise decision, but again, that's up to you. That's your call on what you consider to be a wise choice or not. Who am I or anyone else to tell you how to spend your hobby funds or funds in general, actually. I don't know how it's been for you guys, but the mail has been awfully slow. I'm about to head home now and see if there was any mail. Expecting a friend of mine sent me a package a week ago that should have been here already. But hopefully today is the day it arrives. We're going to check that when we get home. Other than that, there's, not a whole, obviously, now, today is actually week 5 without sports. 35 days without sports. I'd be lying if I say I'm not missing it, any form of sports. So we're 2 days away from the Bulls documentary, and we've seen how that's played out with the card pricing. I expect that would only get worse. Those of you that are interested in selling your Jordan, or Pippen, Rodman, whoever it may be, related to the upcoming documentary, I say, some people say, well, the pricing is too good to pass on, and that may very well be the case. I will say that be careful because of it's selling on eBay. As a seller on eBay, you have very, very little protection. A friend of mine sold a set of hockey cards for $175. The buyer didn't like it. The seller is in Canada. Your friend and mine, Mike, Canadian Cards. So he's had some issues, and just be careful. You have to be smart about it. The old adage, if it's too good to be true, it is. I'm not speaking about him specifically or anyone specifically. I'm just saying that with the way eBay works, buyers have 30 days to return something, no questions asked, or make something up. So if you think, oh, I'm going to get $300 for this Jordan base card, you sell it, yeah, I got $300 for this Jordan base card. And then 3 weeks from now, the guy's like, you know what? I changed my mind. I see a little, make something up. And then you're out. You're responsible for refunding the money. So, that could screw you pretty good. Just something to think about. I believe with PayPal, they have up to 180 days to try to finagle some kind of scam or whatnot. Yeah. So I just wanted to reach out and see how you guys were doing. I'm trying to make content. It's not easy in these times. I know a lot of you are struggling, myself included. But, you have to try to, and I like to be a positive person. I try my best to be a positive person. I don't always succeed. But I really appreciate YouTube, and the card community as a whole has been great. Being able to talk to people on a daily basis. It gets you through the monotony of everything. So, it is what it is. It is shitty right now. If I do have some mail or something to show off, something more, I'll cut back in. And in fact, let me try something here. Hold on. Whoops. Oh, daytime glare. You'll have to get over it. So the mail did come. Yes. Right here. This is what I was waiting for. This is from your friend and I, Mike, baseball collector. Keep collecting. So I'm going to open that in a second. Very excited to see what it is inside. Couple things I had forgotten. The mail. One of you, well, actually a couple of you asked me to talk about SGC. And another thing I wanted to talk about is just whatever it's called, membership or whatever. Let's start with that one. Let's get the super negative out of the way first. Membership thing. Guys, this is 2020. We have the internet. We don't have to pay $1.99 a month or whatever someone is asking for information. Oh, early information for my members. What is that crap? It's the internet. That's like paying for skin flicks. There's no need. There's the internet. So, I in our niche, I don't see, a reason for paying someone for a membership for information. That's just silly to me. If you do it again, but do what you want. If you ask my opinion, and a couple of you have, there's my opinion on that. Now, SGC. SGC's been around for a long time. I want to say 1998. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they've been around for a long, long time. They are a solid number 3 of third-party graders. They have a lot to do to catch up to Beckett, which is number 2. There's nothing wrong with SGC, as far as I can tell. I mean, politics aside, but you know, you have your oh man, that glare is a killer. You have your 9, you know, your 9.5, your 10 pristine, your 10 gem. I'll get to that in a second. And then your 10 with the gold trim. Now here's my, you know, the cards, the slabs look okay. I mean, they don't look particularly good on black border cards, but, you know, that's just my opinion. But, alright, so 9, here's my issue, my main issue. 9, mint. You know, BGS 9, ooh, mint. That's, you know, that's the way we've always seen slabs. But then they went and they did 9.5. Oh yeah, look, gem mint 9.5. No. 9.5 for SGC is mint plus. Mint plus. Then there's a 10 gem mint and a 10 pristine. Now the only way you could tell the difference between the 10 gem mint and a 10 pristine is that the label is circled in black or in gold. Gold pristine is in gold. Gem mint is in black. That's misleading. So in my opinion, that is strictly misleading, because when you look at an eBay listing, it says SGC 9.5. Nobody is going to think, oh, that's a mint plus. Regardless of the assigned grade, we are Pavloved into believing, hey, 9.5 is gem mint. So I don't think that's accidental. That is probably my major gripe with SGC. I get it, fast turnaround times, getting my bulk sub order back in X amount of weeks. Yeah, well, there's a reason for that. They're not very popular, so they're not very busy, so they can turn around times quick. Plus, they have not closed during this pandemic, and I think that's probably the main reason they're getting a big pump now around the community, which is fine. I mean, if you want to pump SGC, that's fine. I know a handful of guys that have actually been SGC fans for a long time, and more power to them. So, let's get this mail open. Let's see what Mikey sent me. I kind of have an idea what it is, but let's see. Yes. One of them I didn't know. Let's start off with that, and then this is a Greg Jeffries, I think it's 1990 Panini sticker of Greg Jeffries that I did not have. Thank you very much, Mike. And the biggie in the order is this, and this is important, this is a good talking point on a couple of things. This is a 1990 Upper Deck Hockey promotional card of Wayne Gretzky. The image is totally different. The card number on the back is different. But this card, believe it or not, is now 30 years old. 30 years old is when Upper Deck Hockey started in 1990. Now that brings me to my point. Recently, I think it was, heck, the way this hobby's going, 3 days ago, I saw that Upper Deck 89 Upper Deck Ken Griffey PSA 10s are now over $1,000. To me, that's absolutely apeshit bonkers. Me personally, I would not spend $1,000 on a 89 Upper Deck Ken Griffey. If I didn't have one, I have a 9. If I didn't have a 9, I would buy a 9 for like whatever they are now, $100. 10-to-1 ratio. For a card, you're probably not going to be able to, again, probably not going to be able to tell the difference between a 9 and a 10, at arm's length raw. Just something to keep in mind. The talking point I had mentioned is that, look now, you saw this Griffey has exploded. Guess what else is going to explode? Frank Thomas. 90 Leaf. Another absolutely epically iconic card that, everyone in our age group knows about, had, wanted, has gotten again, whatnot. Even the infamous Gary V, that is his favorite card of all time, 90 Leaf Frank Thomas. So, instead of us as a community bitching about how these, I can't believe, the Fleer Metal Jordan base card is $250. To me, is that crazy? Absolutely, because 4 years ago they were $5. But then again, that was 4 years ago. We don't get to go back in time and buy stuff we want. Buy it now. If you think personally that, this card is underappreciated, buy it. Don't wait. Buy it. If you're wrong, you're wrong. So what? Most of us are wrong all the time. Broken clock is right twice a day. All right? So I actually have set it up. I recorded this out of order, so I'm going to do that finagling iMovie thing. Thanks to you guys, I learned that. And on to the horrible outro that I have. All right. So either you saw something just before this or you didn't. Haha, I wanted to try that. But I want you to have a great day. It's Friday, it's the weekend. Do something to enjoy yourself. Get out, get some air in you, get some fresh air. If you're cooped up with friends, family, loved ones, what it might be, go out for a walk, stay away from everybody, breathe in some fresh air, get some quiet time if that's what you need. If you happen to be in a household that's very busy, you might need some quiet time. Might do you some good. Get out in nature a little bit. But aside from all that, all the usual stuff, remember that you matter more than you may know. To be kind, to share your knowledge, to keep learning, and to always be learning. All right, guys, until next time, take care.